Okay, well, I think we'll get started. Uh, Thanks everyone for joining the webinar. And this is basically take two for those who were uh, watching last week. We ran into a few technical difficulties, but I think everything's ironed out now. And so we'll carry on with another demonstration of the shipping solution. So, um, so my name is Josh Riff, and I have over 20 years consulting in SAP supply chain space. This includes logistics planning and execution. Uh, and I've been working, specifically with the express shipping solution for the last 7 or 8 years. Been working with SAP directly on their inventory optimization tools for MRP forecasting and inventory management, and been doing in the last couple of years quite a bit of work around SAP forecast and replenishment, IS retail solution for MRP. If you want to follow my blog after this call, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. And I write about topics really focused on carriers and parcel shipping within SAP. So you can kind of keep in touch on those topics after the webinar. A quick word about Blue Harbors. We started our SAP practice back in 2001 with a niche focus on supply chain logistics, and this core focus remains today. Regarding the supply chain optimization and inventory optimization, we have partnered with SAP to offer a suite of inventory optimization tools. And so we really enjoyed helping customers better manage their overall inventory and get better results from forecasting and materials planning. And we've also done lots of work around warehouse logistics. So we continue having deep knowledge of WM for complex and highly automated warehouses. So let's talk a bit now about the express shipping functionality. It's a full-featured shipping solution. So it really is complete, offering all housed within SAP. So we can do things like generate shipping labels and shipping documentation. There's address validation, rate shopping. So, and we'll see this in the demonstration. You can bring up rates for the different carriers that you've integrated with and compare across carriers and their services that they offer to come up with the best option for shipping. We generate advanced shipping notifications, which are basically emails to your customers that the product shipped. And these emails include the tracking number, so the customer can keep an eye on the progress of the shipment. We also capture proof of delivery details, and this is a date and timestamp of when the product arrived at a customer site, as well as the name of the person that signed for the package. And then there's reporting and monitoring. So all this information, the proof of delivery details, the shipping costs from rate shopping, the date and time that we shipped the product, as well as when it arrived, all this is stored within SAP. You have access to a lot of shipping data. And this data that has been captured within SAP can then be leveraged to build some really nice reports and monitoring tools. Okay, so uh, all these functions here are brought into your SAP environment, and you make use of them in your existing outbound and order fulfillment business processes. We have integrated with over 50 carriers. The complete list is in a link there at the bottom of the page. So after this webinar, you can go. I'll email out this slide deck, and you can click on the link there and go see the full list of carriers that we support. In addition to this list, we can integrate with really any freight forwarder or transportation partner you have, provided they support um, XML or they have APIs that we can integrate with. There are a lot of different scenarios that we can support with this shipping solution. So, of course, there's parcel and document, small parcel and documents. There's freight, which would be your less than truckload, truckload and pallet shipping, domestic and international shipping, and integration with freight forwarders. We have hazardous and dangerous goods shipping, and for the pharma industry, there's also cold chain and temperature controlled shipping, where we can pull the temperatures real time of the ship to location and project the number of ice packs and gel packs and so on that you need to include with your packages to make sure that the temperature of the product stays within tolerance. And also there's the ad hoc shipping, or sometimes called the office mailroom shipping. And these are really products that you're shipping for free, or maybe they're not even products, they're just documents that you want to ship um, to customers or potential customers. Um, and this can be done using our solution as well. So really you have one shipping solution that can be used um, to drive all your different shipping needs. And a bit of details now around the technology piece. So we really follow what's called SAP best practices, and what that means is that we leverage the native tools and standard capabilities of SAP as best we can, and really minimize the amount of custom code that we do. And this has benefits in many different ways, from your ongoing SAP support. Um, but some of the biggest advantages would be that first of all, there's no new applications or software or middleware required to run the solution. Everything sits within ECC, and it's very easy maintenance. So basically, just use standard configuration or ABAP to to maintain this going forward, and that's usually a skill that you already have in house, or we can provide on an ongoing basis. And there's also tight integration in the overall logistics process. So the shipping solution, as we'll see in the demo, is really tightly linked with your sales orders, your delivery documents, and your shipping documents in a very transparent and seamless way. Okay, so that was some quick background on the solution, and now we'll jump into SAP here and take a look at it. All right, I'll start with a sales order. The process we're going to go through here is, what it says, is sort of a generic process. It's probably the most common way of using the shipping solution, but it's certainly not the only way to implement it. So if what you see doesn't match your current process, or you don't think it would work in your warehouse, really that's nothing to be concerned of with at this point, because it is flexible, and we can adapt the solution to align with your current outbound processes. So I'm entering the sales order, and just a quick note here is that we've already started bringing in information we need for shipping. So as the order is being taken, or maybe it comes in via EDI, you can bring defaults in from a number of different sources. Here we're using the customer master to determine the carrier and service level. Could also be fed in if your sales orders come in via EDI. Perhaps they are provided as part of the actual EDI details, or maybe you have some kind of mapping going on to figure out the right carrier and service level and payment terms and so on. So we have a number of different ways of deriving this as a sales order is created. You can change the defaults here on the fly. So if, for example, the customer wants to expedite a shipment, while you have them on the line here, you can go ahead and make that change. Okay, so that's our sales order, and the next step would be to generate the delivery. And once we have our delivery here, you typically would start the picking process. And whatever sort of WMS solution you have now, this will integrate with it. So if you're using SAP WM, EWM, maybe no WM at all, you have inventory management, or perhaps even third-party WMS system, we can still integrate this shipping solution in those types of scenarios. So you go on and generate the pick list and perform the picking steps with the delivery. While that's going on, you may get a call from the customer where they want to change the carrier. So again, our default was the FedEx priority overnight. The customer may want to expedite it while you're in the middle of picking the order. Rather than running around and trying to find the pick list that's on the floor and write these changes on it, instead you just come here in the delivery and change your service or your carrier on the fly. Okay, so once our order has been picked, the next step is to pack it. And there's a packing station provided for that. You have your delivery. Now these packing stations are typically sitting out there on the loading dock, and they would have a bunch of hardware attached to them. So they might include barcode label printers, laserjet printers for all your different shipping documents and labels. There'd be barcode scanners you can attach, scales that are integrated directly with SAP, and of course your SAP screen here, where you can scan products as you put them in the box. So if your product is barcoded, for example, you can just scan the products as you put them into the box for shipping. And again, I'm just going through a very generic scenario for using the shipping solution. It's very flexible and can be set up to work in a number of different ways. But once we've packed our delivery, now you see it on the left-hand side here, there's kind of the running list of boxes that have been created for the delivery, as well as the contents of each box. You just save the packing station and your labels print out immediately. we have one extra step that we added here just for the demo, which is to do some rate shopping. And the way this works is you get a list of your integrated carriers, their services that are available from point A to point B, and then the cost. The current default is highlighted there. And for now, we'll just keep that. You can see priority overnight. We get our freight cost, and we'll accept that. Okay, and again, the labels will print out immediately. What I'll do is put the labels up on the screen so you can take a look. Okay, and we're actually connecting directly with the carrier at this point to generate our shipping labels, and it's actually their test system, but same idea here. We get an image of the shipping label back from the carrier that we just route to the printer. We get our tracking number. We get shipping cost information. If we look closely here, we can see that we have our ship from data coming. Again, this is data all sitting in SAP. This typically comes from your shipping point. We have the ship to information. So this is your customer ship to address. And there is some reference elements here that are flexible as far as what we assign, and we can configure different values here. But by default, we have our delivery number, our sales order number, and the customer's purchase order number showing up on the label. And in the upper right-hand corner, we have the price information. So it's our freight terms, who's paying. And we have the actual weight of the box, the dimensional weight, payment terms. All right, and this prints on your standard 4x6 label. And now what we can do is take a quick look to see how this has updated in the delivery. If we go to the delivery header, there's a parcel tracking tab that contains all the shipping information. Well, really, these are all the details that the carrier requests or needs to generate a shipping label, and it also contains the information we received back from the carrier. So it's one place you can go to see all of the information regarding your shipment. And it's in a hierarchical order. So at the highest level, we have our delivery number, and then under that, you would have a handling unit number, essentially for each one of your boxes that shipped against that delivery. Okay, we have our, in this case, we have one parcel against the delivery, how much it weighed, the date we generated the shipping label. Here's our cost. When the box arrives at the customer, we get the date and time stamp when it arrived and the name of the person that signed for it. And finally, here's our tracking number. And if we want to take a look at this, we just click on the tracking tab and we do a punch out to the carrier's website. And this is exactly like if you were to go into your browser and go to the FedEx website and do the tracking there. You get the exact same information. What's nice here is it's all integrated and accessed with the click of a button. So while you're in here at the delivery, looking at the different boxes, and maybe while you have the customer on the phone, you can easily click and get the real-time situation with your shipment. The system didn't find anything here, which is only because, again, we're working in the FedEx test environment, and so there is no box to actually track. This tracking number doesn't exist in their production system. Okay, so that is our FedEx label. And take a look at a UPS label, and we'll see the process works exactly the same. So here's a UPS ground. It's the cheapest option, and we'll go ahead and pick that. And now I'll get that label print out immediately on the screen. Get our tracking number back from the carrier, and here's the label. Okay, so, oops. So this UPS label has, in a lot of ways, the same information as the FedEx label, and all the data is coming from the same place in SAP, which is really nice. So you're not double maintaining data in different systems. We have our shipping point, gives us our ship from address. Customer ship to partner gives us our ship to address. We have the dim weights from our packaging materials. And at the bottom here, we have our reference elements, the SAP sales order number and the purchase order number, customer's purchase order number showing up on the label, same 4x6 label. So when you're at the packing station, you would have one packing station for all the carriers. You don't say you're working with UPS, FedEx, and DHL. From one packing station, you can generate labels for all three carriers. Now you can have as many packing stations in your warehouse and DC as you need, but really you only need one to generate labels for all the different carriers that you work with. Okay, and let's go ahead and close this and peek at the delivery. Go back to the parcel tracking tab, and we'll see everything was updated here with UPS details. So now we have a UPS tracking number, UPS cost in here. And to do UPS tracking, same thing. We just click on the tracking number and click on our tracking icon, and a window pops up taking us to the UPS tracking website. Okay, so very easy. Same process for all the carriers. You don't have to learn different ways of working with different carriers. All right, so that was a demo. And that's basically what I wanted to show you today. I just wanted to give you a quick rundown on the solution, how it works, and give you a peek how this solution works within SAP itself. Now, if you're interested in learning more, and hopefully you are, there's different ways you can contact us. Back on the front page, I had my personal contact information, so you can email me or call me with questions, and also link with me on LinkedIn if you want to communicate that way. We also have options here, so our general mailbox and phone number. This is our website, which gives you more information about the shipping solution. We have a page for the express shipping solution on LinkedIn. You can follow that and keep up to date on articles and posts and things as we add them to the site. And also we have a Google Plus page, and that's also updated with information about, really topical information about the parcel world and as it pertains to SAP, and information that I might find interesting regarding shipping and SAP. Okay, well, thank you very much for joining the webinar. I hope you found this informative. Have a good day.